Welcome back. The latest spending bill that will fund the government through September maintains a lot of little pieces that could directly affect your health care in 2016 to help sort through the ins and outs of changes to Social Security and Obamacare. We welcome in Nick Tate, author of Da Vinci's bestseller, The Obamacare Survival Guide, and the Baby Boomer Survival Guide as well. Nick, thanks for being with us.
Good to be here, John.
All right, so let's talk about the changes that are coming to Social Security. Talk about what folks need to be on the lookout for.
Right. Well, you know, for years, seniors getting Social Security, couples have been able to take advantage of a couple laws and regulations that allow them to take benefits early and still get them at a higher rate than they have been able to if they waited. There are changes in the law. Two laws have been changed that will change that. One is called the restricted application rule. The other is the file and suspend rule. They're fairly complicated, but what they will mean is that seniors, married couples who've been able to file in the past and get tens of thousands of dollars in additional retirement funds are not going to be able to take advantage of those regulations anymore. What I think is happening is that Congress is finally moving in the direction of recognizing they need to bring some controls on Social Security and Medicare, as 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 every year, and this is maybe a first step in that direction.
All right, so make sure you talk to a trusted fiduciary professional to get the ins and outs on that one. It sounds a little complicated.
It is.
Congress continues to try and pick apart Obamacare. Talk about the biggest changes folks can expect from that in 2016.
Well, House Republicans have voted 60 times to repeal Obamacare, rip it out root and branch, as Mitch McConnell likes to say. The latest tactic in the budget deal that was passed and the president actually signed last week chips away, and as opposed to blowing up Obamacare, you know, kind of from the foundation, kind of goes at it brick by brick, chipping away. What the law, the budget law says is that this Cadillac tax, which is a new tax that was to take effect in 2018 on very high health plans, is going to be postponed and not enacted until 2020. By delaying it that long, they're effectively killing it. The budget deal also eliminates the tax on medical device manufacturers and takes away another tax on all health insurance plans. So what I think is happening is that both Republicans and moderate Democrats who've been critical of Obamacare are going after it in kind of a piecemeal fashion. The question is, what other bricks are they going to take away maybe next year?
It sounds like they're trying to starve the bill of its revenue sources.
Well, that's a big part of it. They're kind of going around the outside and taking little pieces of it away. You know, could be death by 1,000 cuts is how they're approaching it. But these are 2 or 3 big changes we'll see next year.
All right, so let's wrap up now with some more news, I guess we should say, people that can use. This is a time, a lot of folks traveling. I saw some where that I think 100 million Americans between Thanksgiving and the New Year are going to hit the roads or get on a plane, get on a train, but that means a lot of close contact at a time of the year when some folks are sick.
That's right. This week alone, 38 million Americans will travel by air. You're putting a lot of people in very close quarters, and of course it's the time of spreading cheer for the holiday, but it is also the time for spreading flu viruses, cold viruses. This is why we see a big spike in flu and colds in January and February. There are some things you can do beyond getting a flu shot. Know the germiest places on a plane.
This was very surprising.
Yes.
The germiest place on the plane, you see it right here at the top of the list.
It's not where you think. You know, it's not the bathrooms. The bathrooms in airports and airlines are kept fairly clean. But the tray table, 10 or 20 times as many bacterial or other microbial infections on a tray table as the flush button in a lavatory on a plane. Belt buckles, the gaspers, wash your hands, bring hand sanitizers, and the best advice we can give you is if you're sick, just don't travel. Spare your family and friends and all those people on the plane the germs that you have.
Such a hard decision, though, Nick. Your family and friends are waiting to see you if you don't feel well. We just had to make this decision in my house. Just last week, my daughter was sick. We were supposed to go to Disney World with the whole family, but we had to keep her home just because of we didn't want her to get hurt or her to be any more sick or to infect anybody else.
That's the right thing to do. The other thing from a consumer perspective is many airlines will give you back your money for that plane flight if you say you're not going to fly because you're sick. So spread the cheer, don't spread the flu.
And they don't want more germs on those planes than they need. Now this year, there's also been a kind of debate in my family whether to get the flu shot or not. What's your take?
My take is that the flu shot is an incomplete vaccine. It does not offer 100% protection, but it does give you between 60 and 70% protection. Talk to your doctor. It's a personal decision to make. Seniors, children, folks who have pre-existing conditions are particularly at risk for serious complications of the flu, which kills between 20 and 30,000 Americans. So if you're in that high-risk category, my take is you want to give it serious consideration. But as we said, there are other things you can do to head off the flu. Stay healthy, get rest, eat a healthy diet, get exercise, get plenty of rest, and keep your defenses up.
One last question. It's been an unseasonably warm winter. It's only a day into the winter, but this time of year, late fall, at least on the East Coast, has that affected the flu bug at all?
It has, and that's one reason that the CDC reports that the flu has not been very active. By this time last year, we were seeing widespread activity in many states, but because it's been so warm, people are not in close quarters as much and inside as much, so the flu is not spreading as rapidly. Only one state are we seeing widespread flu activity, and that happens to be South Carolina. My guess is in the next month, as things get colder, we'll see those numbers go up.
It's coming. Again, talk to your doctor about that. Now, coming up on Hardline, we're going to talk with Nick Tate, not about your health, but about something we all need to get to an agreement on this holiday season, your music selection at Christmas time. Some interesting stuff coming up. We'll take a look at that with Nick Tate, who's also a big music fan, right after this.